This is the afternoon weather briefing. This is for Tuesday, the 15th of October. This is James Spann. Weather couldn't be better today. Just perfect fall weather. Pretty cold, though, the next couple of mornings. We're going to see some frost around, especially Thursday morning over the northern part of Alabama. And we're still watching the tropics. All the new data is in, so let's look at it together. We'll start with the upper air look across the country today. Big trough in the east, ridge in the west. And the trough is the delivery mechanism for some pretty cool air. In fact, a secondary surge of cool air coming down the pipe. We noticed some clouds with that secondary push over Tennessee. But for most of Alabama, the sky partly to mostly sunny. And again, those clouds could slip into the Tennessee Valley this evening. Underneath the clouds, we got a few sprinkles over parts of Tennessee, along and north of Interstate 40. But the air is so dry. In Alabama, the chance of meaningful rain over the Tennessee Valley is very low. We're not going to mention that for tonight. Yes, indeed, it feels good. 60s in North Alabama, 70s to the south. Cullman, 64. Huntsville, 66. Birmingham, 69. 70s for Montgomery and Dothan. Mobile, the warm spot, they have managed 80 this afternoon. Check it out. Look at all of those freeze warnings in effect. The counties in dark blue north of Alabama. And so far, we don't have any frost advisories tonight. We'll see some scattered clouds, and we'll have kind of a breeze, and that's not really perfect for frost formation. It looks like the better chance of frost will be early Thursday morning. That's when the sky will be clear, and the wind will be light. No severe storms anytime soon. That's the outlook for the rest of today and tonight. This is tomorrow, and this is day 3, which is Thursday. Rain for the next 7 days. The long dry spell continues. Last time we had enough rain to measure in Birmingham was back on September 28th, and on that day we only had 1/100th of an inch. And again, we just see no meaningful rain for the next 10 days here. So in the tropics, a couple of features to watch. One in the central Atlantic, about halfway between the Lesser Antilles and the coast of Africa. One over the far southwest Caribbean. We'll take a look at the 7-day outlook. First off, this is that disturbance in the central Atlantic. And you can see at this point we have a 50% chance of that developing. The chance earlier today was 60%, so it's actually come down just a smidgen. And let me drop in that other feature that's in the western Caribbean, the chance of that developing. And that's a 20%. Kind of hard to see behind the X there, but just a 20% chance of that developing. Most likely that's going to be drifting into Central America. So the focus will be on this one. And really, there's more questions than answers. This is NVEST 94L. So this is the ATCF set, the 12Z set. And again, you can see the members want to bring it over to Hispaniola, just north of Puerto Rico, if anything forms here. And as I pointed out a number of times here, Hispaniola is a very mountainous island, and that can just rip a tropical system apart. And that might be the case here. The GFS really doesn't do much with it. In fact, it basically shows little development at all. Hardly any members carry this thing out. The European, out of the 51 members, less than half show anything here. A couple of them turn it north. You got some that bring it into the Caribbean. But again, the global models are not bullish on this thing at all. But the ATCF set, if you look at the members here, you've got some members that bring it up to a hurricane. Other members don't develop this thing at all. And again, it depends on the upper air pattern and the surrounding environment, obviously. There's a lot more to hurricane formation than warm ocean water. And there's a lot of inconsistency in what happens here. But again, it just remains something to watch at this point. There's a lot of people that are planning a trip to say, Panama City Beach, or maybe they got a cruise to the Bahamas or something. They, again, don't need to change any plans here. There's a chance nothing happens. But if something does, you got plenty of time to watch this. So, and again, the chances drop from 60% to 50% of this developing over the next 7 days. So let's dive into modeling here. Model fans, the GFS, this is the 12Z run, valid tomorrow afternoon at 4. Very sharp trough on the eastern seaboard. And it's going to be a pretty chilly start to the day. These are temperatures early tomorrow morning. And you can see north of Interstate 20, a lot of 30s. In fact, I'm seeing 33 up there around Huntsville, 35 for Fort Payne, Cullman 36. But we still should have a little breeze and maybe some scattered clouds, so it's not a perfect morning for frost formation, but I think a much better chance of frost on Thursday morning, when temperatures might be a few degrees cooler. Otherwise, tomorrow's sunny and cool with highs only in the low 60s over North Alabama. Some folks up in the Tennessee Valley might stay in the 50s all day, and then 70s for South Alabama. This is Thursday after a chilly start with lows in the 30s in many areas. We're expecting highs in the 60s and 70s. Friday, beautiful day. We'll be in the 70s. Great night for high school football Friday night. Saturday, a marvelous day for college football across the Deep South. Temperatures in the 70s, nothing but sunshine. Same thing on Sunday. Same thing on Monday. And a week from today, Tuesday, October 22nd, ridging beginning to flex here across the Deep South, which means the afternoon temperatures coming up will be close to 80 on Tuesday. And again, no moisture, no chance of rain. Let's keep going. This is Friday of next week, October 25th, and the ridge in place. And that means kind of warm and kind of dry. Obviously, in an upper air pattern like that, it's not going to be unusually cool, and still no sign of any rain here for the next 10 days. And maybe through the rest of October. This is a look at the 15-day output from the European ensemble. The mean barely gets off that flat line toward the end of the month. We'll check temperatures coming off the NBM, National Blend of Models. Again, for Birmingham, 41 tomorrow morning, 39 Thursday morning. But many spots Thursday, we might see some of the colder pockets making a run for the freezing mark. And probably a lot of frost early Thursday. But notice the warm-up. And again, by Wednesday of next week, temperatures around 81. And hot off the presses, got the brand new 8 to 14-day guidance. This is for October 23rd through October 29th. And ooh, look at all the red here. And if that's right, temperatures above average, which means we've got several days left to go in the 80s. All right, what do we do here? You know what we do. We got to roll some Children's of Alabama Kid Cam. Love it. Big crowd in the gym at Reform Elementary School in Pickens County. Those kids love to learn science. Had a great time. Those teachers are very well dressed, I will say. And how about that cake? Little Tornadoes, big attitude. It's the Pickens County Tornadoes. I love going to Pickens County. Those kids were so good today. We talked a lot about how we forecast the weather and thunderstorms and lightning and tornadoes and hurricanes, but just a great time today. So all of those students at Reform Elementary School in Pickens County, thanks a lot. And then stop number 2, the 6th graders. Oh, yeah, 6th graders are a piece of work. This is Brookwood Forest Elementary School in Mountain Brook. They were looking good today. We'll all be working for these guys one day soon, so you got to be nice to them. But they can really soak up the science. They were just outstanding today. So again, to all of these 6th graders at Brookwood Forest and all the students at Reform Elementary School, thanks a lot for great visits earlier today. You guys know you're looking good. All right, tomorrow going to be down in Bibb County, Cahaba Christian, the private school there near Centerville. Thursday, going to be down in Russell County near Seal, not too far from Phoenix City, Russell County Middle School. Friday, Margaret Elementary in St. Clair County. And then Friday evening, I'll be at Oxford High School for our Friday Night Rivals game of the week. That's always a lot of fun. Going to be a great night for football. And then Saturday morning, hey, back to Oxford, Big O, Yellow Jacket Country. I'll be doing a weather program at the Oxford Public Library. This is a makeup program. This was scheduled back in the summer. We had to move it at the last minute. But again, it's going to be at 9 o'clock. And this is not a book signing, but it's going to be good. I'll do a miniature storm spotting session there. If you have kids that love weather, bring them. We'll talk about hurricanes. It'll be good. So if you're a weather geek, dweeb, nerd, dork, or weenie, or if you have children that like weather, bring them. Again, the Oxford Public Library, Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. That'll be before all the football games. I'll get you out of there by 10 o'clock, I promise. And don't forget to watch us this evening on ABC 3340 News, right across the hall in Studio A at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.